You don't know Jack. Words. Why?
We are ready for start of game. Okay, we're set.
Attention, there are flowers. Flowers have been delivered from a prisoner. So if anyone's expecting flowers from a prisoner, they're at the front desk. Thank you.
Okay, and we are frosting the cake, and we want it to sound delicious and go. We'll have it very clear.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. So, are you two ready for some down and dirty trivia, or would you just rather mud wrestle? Handle those screws carefully. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. All right, here goes nothing.
Get ready, time for question.
First on the docket, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Player one. What kind of dried, shriveled up brains have you been looking at? Player two. Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it. And on its way, his acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages? The McCona Industrial Age? The McCona Middle Ages? Oh, you're screwed, player one. You got 5 seconds. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt. Player two, your screw didn't work out quite right.
Oh, shit.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here's a good one. Brought to you by the letter Unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Player two, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds. Sorry, no takebacks. Player one, your screw worked out. Why not grab a few more bucks while you're at it? Player one, the Count would be so disappointed. Oh, honestly. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Next up, Duck, Duck, Swan? Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 1, pick it up. Player 2, cue the swan song. Player 1, Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead.
Damn, I got that
Especially
right.
if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college. Take a good look at the man in the backwards yellow hat. And it's a dis or dat.
Mr. Dad.
Player 2, you seem to be behind a bit. This dis or dat is all yours. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. Player 1, select your answer before Player 2, because if you get it right and Player 2 gets it wrong, you get that cash. Ready? Let's go. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. At the house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. You were a couple of bananas short of a bunch. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That'll bring an end to our first round. Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. And don't forget, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Enough small talk. May I introduce Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 2. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Player 1. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bag.
Here's one I like to call Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Player 1. Hey, way to be wrong. Player 2. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
And now, Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
What?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
first spotted in 1879? Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Player 1. Player 2. That answer has a hole in it. Allow me. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Coming up, wine or lose? If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Player 1. This isn't going to go with dinner at all. Player 2. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Open wide for I Want to Lick and Roll All Night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Players 1 and 2. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Welcome to... Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. It's not that you lost to player 2 in such a devastating manner. It's not that you can never show your face around here again. Let's just say that... You don't know Jack!
of coffee. That's what we pour at High Horse.
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now.
What's words bud?
Draw. Oh no way.
Lice water? I don't think we've played this one before.
Yes, we have. This is available.
Oh. I don't remember it.
What relates to no Anna? Do you have the title? Rubber band?
I didn't spell it right, but okay. No rubber, excommunicado, John Wick, big land, beers, no bear spray, door, zip dirt, hair ring, marriage license, blow. don't fucking know. What? Okay.
Box. Wait.
You put two A's in the end. Elma. Fuck them kids. What does that even mean? Quarantine. Jesus. Quarantine. Cancel school anyway.
I don't know this stuff.
I don't know.
That's fine. I think you just keep going with that one until
Someone hits a high score.
you get bored.
That's lice water.
Guten Tag, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. It's fun for just one player, but more fun with 100. All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's play. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories.
Bread.
Timothy McVeigh's last meal was an entire loaf of buttered bread. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie.
Okay.
Woodstock attendees burned down a burger stand because the prices were too high.
alright.
An 8-year-old boy found a piece of whale vomit worth over $60,000.
Ew.
A Fabergé egg was stolen in France and replaced with a Cadbury egg. The Save a Cloud Foundation donates $3 million a year to cloud research. John Cryer was a janitor when he was cast for 2.5 Men. After a baby is born, Danes strip the father naked and slap his butt. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. Penguins have been observed performing necrophilia.
Another weird sex stuff.
The phone booth packing world record is 35 people in one booth. A man survived jumping out of a plane wearing nothing but 30 layers of duct tape.
We're gonna need a squirt bottle.
25% of Canadians have played hockey professionally. Danes wear all white to funerals of their enemies. The City Hall in Satan, New Mexico has burned to the ground 4 times. Andy Richter is in a band called the Sidekicks. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is college mascots. Which of these are real college mascots and which are not? Nebraska State Screaming Mermaids. UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs. Sonoma State University Enablers. Appleton School of Technology Luddites. Beloit College Friendly Hobos. North Carolina School of the Arts Fighting Pickles. Rhode Island School of Design NADS. Let's see the final scores.
I could be.
feet inside the basket that could have potentially tripped you up. You didn't play. Yes, you were. Yes, you were.